Hey guys, welcome back to the Mind of Brandon, and welcome back to some more discussion of Zeitgeist. So, to recap, in previous videos we established that regardless of what debunkers say, Zeitgeist is actually right about Horus being a sun god. It was also right about him having a birthday associated with December 25th, and it was also right about him being born of the Virgin Isis Mary. And it was also right about him having a birth associated with the star in the east and 3 kings. And it was also right about him having 12 followers. But we also determined that Zeitgeist isn't right about everything, and sometimes it does exaggerate. But what about this stuff about Horus being crucified and resurrected?
And the movie claims that Horus is from 3000 BC, which by far predates the practice of crucifixion. So there's no possible way that Horus could have ever been crucified. So no, he was not crucified.
Yeah, this is actually a perfect example of a situation where Zeitgeist is exaggerating what would be an otherwise perfectly legit parallel. But yeah, both the creator of Zeitgeist and one of its references will admit that the stuff about Horus being crucified, it's not based on a story where Horus is nailed to a cross. There's no claims in any Egyptian inscriptions that this happens. There's no, artwork depicting it. There is, however, artwork that depicts Horus in some kind of cruciform or in some other way associated with cross symbolism. So you might see Horus with outstretched arms or outstretched wings. You might see the sun being raised above an Egyptian cross. My personal favorite, though, is the scarabonk. As we established in a previous video, one version of Horus found in artwork is the winged scarab, also associated with the sun god Kheper, a symbol of resurrection. Here that symbol of resurrection is on an Egyptian cross, symbol for eternal life. It may be misleading to say Horus was crucified, since it conjures up images of him nailed to a cross, and all sorts of people who watch Zeitgeist may now believe that this is something the Egyptians wrote about Horus. But regardless of whether Horus was actually nailed to a cross or not, there's certainly a legit parallel to be pointed out with regard to symbolism.
Actually, the story of Horus, he never died. He actually merged with the sun god Re. So Horus never actually died, never crucified, never resurrected. This is all completely fabricated lies.
Well, I guess you missed the part about the sun being swallowed every night and reborn every morning. Also, the ancient historian Diodorus does tell us about a story where Isis finds Horus dead and she resurrects him. Also, you got to keep in mind that traditionally the pharaoh was considered an incarnation of Horus, and well, the pharaohs always died, right? But it was believed that they would resurrect. In fact, there were spells written to ensure a successful resurrection. Early on in Egyptian history, it was believed that only the pharaoh could resurrect, but later in history, everyone is saved, right? Anyone can resurrect. They just have the right spells or charms or whatever, right? So again, Zeitgeist might not be right about everything, but it's also certainly nowhere near as full of crap as the debunkers are making it out to be. There is definitely pagan influence on Christian tradition, okay? There's all sorts of stuff that Christianity has most certainly appropriated from earlier tradition. That being said, if there's anyone new to my channel who enjoyed this series, you might also get a kick out of my Skeptic Bible Study lecture series. That's a playlist that I have on my YouTube channel. Also, you might enjoy Sunday Science and Spirituality. That's another playlist that I have. Yeah, I like to do a really thorough debunking of people's religious beliefs. Alright guys, that's it for this series. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and share it with other people. If you're interested in watching my future videos, please subscribe to this channel if you haven't already, and I will see you all in the next one. So have a good one, guys, and peace.